Thank you very much for your presence here. And today I will tell you why Siemens decided to start a project like Charter of Trust. So every day I think everyone is using an electrical wire. Yeah, this is true. What you don't know that is 100 years ago, Siemens developed a product that help us to trust electrical wires. So invented the plastic that is making us to think that that electrical wire is safe for us to use it every day. So for Siemens, consumers' trust is the most important thing in our day. So let's begin. Why do you need a charter of trust? What are the principles behind this charter of trust? And what Siemens plans for the future? Why? So, as I told you, for us, trust is the most important thing because digitalization creates opportunities for all of us. So we have billions of devices which are interconnected between them, and we must to trust them that are safe to be used as an electrical wire. If are not safe to be used, nobody will use it. So, but with opportunities, we have a lot of risk in our life. So these billions of devices which are around us are exposed every day to various risks. So we must do something in order to earn customer trust in these devices. Without trust, nobody will use a smartphone or autonomous car. Yeah, so nobody will use it. So, as I said, we cannot expect people to actively support the digital transformation if we cannot trust the security of data and the network systems. It's simple. So that's why, together with partners, Siemens decided to start this interesting project called Charter of Trust. Why? Because we want to protect data of the individuals and data owned by companies to prevent damage to people, as we did 100 years ago, and to create a reliable foundation for the future, yeah, in order to help people and to encourage people to use digital devices. As we see, we partner with various companies from various industries in order to help us and help consumers to use digital products, because we are using them every day. But what is behind the Charter of Trust? What this means for all of us, and especially for the partner companies. Behind are 10 key principles. Most of them are well known and well used by everybody, and we decided to use together with our partners and to implement in our company as a day-by-day rule. Yeah? Not an exception, not only by a department, to be used and to be implemented all over our plants and all over our branches. Yeah? Not only us as a company, but also our partners, because today it's not only security of Siemens, it's security of all supply chain. Yeah, because we have vendors, we have clients involved in our products. So without entire chain to be safe, we will not accomplish what we want. So we develop these key principles together with our partners in order to be followed by everybody. So ownership of, the first one is ownership of cyber and IT security. So I will try to explain the theory behind them, but also what Siemens and their partners did in order to accomplish these principles. So, as I mentioned from the beginning, one of the important things is trust of the customers. In order to earn the customers' trust, we must to have ownership on cybersecurity, and the ownership can be built only if we have access to the top management. Without top management support, we will not manage to obtain our desired results. So, in order to obtain the desired result, in January 2018, Siemens established a new cybersecurity unit head, Natalia Ropeza, who is Chief Cybersecurity Officer. From this function, she responds directly to managing board of Siemens in order to fulfilling one of our requirements from Charter of Trust. So, with the help of our cybersecurity officer, we managed to obtain support from the top management and to go further in order to address day-by-day security issues. As I mentioned in the beginning, we need to secure our entire digital supply chain because we are an interconnected company. We are working with a lot of vendors, we are working with a lot of clients which are helping us, are helping our engineers to develop new products which are used day by day by companies, which are used by us. So, in order to accomplish this, Siemens provided a multi-layer concept that gives plants both all around in-depth protection. So, in order to be clear, security is implemented at all layers, from physical security to the digital one. Yeah. Security by default. Yeah, it's simple to be said, but hard to accomplish, because I think only in the last years, Siemens produced 50 million of SIMATIC products. You can imagine that if these products will not be built from the beginning with security in mind, will be a total failure, because we will have 50 million devices spread all over the world with some issues which cannot be fixed very easy. So one of key points, security by default. We consider that from the first step of a product development, from the design phase, we must consider security in mind. And it's not valid only for us, it's valid, and we are struggling with all our vendors to build products with security in mind. User centricity. The current devices are the current digital devices are all around of us and are handled by people, and they will behave similar like any regular device. Yeah. So in order to ensure security of these devices, we must think from a user perspective. Yeah. How the user will use and how the device will behave in his environment. What Siemens did, we were trying to offer a security solution along the entire industrial life cycle. In order to protect against threats, malware, and mainly against the bad hackers who try to reach the device. The main point will be, okay, what we did, we assess security of device, we try to implement security and to manage where issue arise. Again, what is the motto of DefCamp today is hacking is evolution. Yeah? Hacking hackers will try to find new ways to reach our devices, to reach to our data. Yeah? So in order to protect, we must innovate in same time with them. We cannot stay behind. So for this, in order to address this concept, Siemens hired or trained 25 white hackers in order to test our devices, our infrastructure. But besides these white hackers, we have almost 1,300 cybersecurity experts worldwide, which is monitoring our infrastructure, our plants, our branches. So we try to do all our best in order to accomplish our principles. Next one, education. I saw yesterday a very, very interesting presentation about user awareness. So one of the main points, again, is related to education of users and what we call user awareness about security. And for this point, which is very, very important, because we can secure devices, we can build security in devices, we can do anything technically possible. If the user doesn't know how to use the device or how to configure properly a device and what to do with the device, we will have issues. Yeah. And for this, Siemens implemented various programs all around the world, in all the branches, in all the industrial plants where products are developed in order to protect the infrastructure and to train mainly the user, which is a key point in security. So for this, we are using, as I said, various methods, info cards, online trainings, and also we are participating to various conferences in order to promote security among users. Again, the seventh principle is related to certification for critical infrastructure and solutions. Okay, in order to reach security, we must to address a standard approach, because when we are producing 50 million of devices, all of them must to work on the same way and in the expected way it was built. So for this, we decided to certify all the products, to follow a certification path for all our products, from ISO standards for quality to IEC standards for electrical equipment and so on. Everything is followed and implemented according to a certification path. Okay, eighth principle, transparency. As we are confronting with a lot of incidents in our days, we must be transparent in front of our consumers, in front of our vendors, in front of our clients, and so on. Again, GDPR, it's a standard which requires this, starting from this year, to be transparent with the consumers in case of an incident. However, besides GDPR, Siemens is a member of FIRST. Maybe you know, this is the umbrella of all the churches. So we are working very close with local churches from every country in order to identify issues or to identify what can be improved in our processes. Okay, regulatory framework. Again, as the transparency, we must follow the regulation imposed by governments, imposed by authorities. So again, all the products delivered in all the countries are assessed and built according to regulations required. And the last principle, as I mentioned at the beginning, we had a joint initiative with mainly with our vendors in order to build a charter of trust. Because only together with them, we can accomplish what we desired to build with charter of trust. To have to build products which are trusted by consumers, which are used by consumers safely every day, and they will continue to use and they will encourage others to use them. Okay, what do we plan for the future? We plan to extend Charter of Trust among all our partners in the entire world, because effective cybersecurity is a precondition for an open, fair, and successful digital future. Yeah, and I know it sounds very interesting, digital future, digital world, but it will happen, or it's happening right now. We have digital thermostats, we have digital cars, interconnected cars. We have a lot of devices which are interconnected and which must be safe and secured to be used, because they are sharing a lot of data about us, about the system they are controlling, about everything around them sometimes. Weather station is a good example, are devices which are sharing data about the environment around them. Okay, so we are inviting all the vendors to be part of a network that does not only sign, but also collaborate on cybersecurity. So we don't want to develop a new standard, a new cybersecurity standard, because, on the market we have a lot of cybersecurity standards, framework, and so on. No, we are encouraging our vendors, our consumers to start to offer feedback, to build in their product and in their services, to build security and to help each other to make digital world more secure. Okay, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the next session.
Thank you, Stefan. Okay, that was a lot of work, indeed. So, do we have any questions?
Please.
Okay, we have one here.
You said during your presentation many times about consumer trust and
Yeah.
how even how I use my device, my smartphone, because I trust my smartphone.
Exactly.
But I think I'm not only using my smartphone out of trust, but also out of ignorance, because I do not know what goes wrong with my smartphone. What's the balance between that trust and that ignorance?
Okay. We have a user ignorance and a user trust in the device. So this is why we try to build, as I mentioned from the beginning, a device which can protect your data by default, by design. You can ignore some signals, but the device can be built in a way that if you are ignoring that signals, he will shut down maybe. If you are ignorance, maybe he will shut down, or it will send an alert to somebody. Okay, this device is not behave accordingly to the manual. Yeah, so it depends on the device. I'll give you a very nice example in respect to the digital thermostat. Yeah. A lot of digital thermostat are connected to a cloud solution. Okay, and if you will set 100-degree temperature on that thermostat, he will not work. He will had a limit to 50, maybe. It will be great, yeah. 50. But if you will set this from ignorance, this temperature, he will not respond to your command, yeah, because he was designed to stop from this abuse, let's say.
And for example, if Google decides to shut down my phone because I'm using it out of ignorance, that would break my trust of the Android system, won't?
It depends what are you doing with the device. For example, I don't know if Google can decide this or it will happen. What I'm thinking now, what will decide if you are planning an attack, terrorist attack? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it's a long scenario to think to this, to shut down a device in various cases.
Thank you.
Okay.
You talked about supply chain.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered investing in blockchain technology for this and trust issues? And if not, why?
Okay, blockchain, supply chain. Okay, supply chain mainly because we work with vendors, a lot of vendors, which are delivering to us products. Yeah, and we must expect from them or we must to require them to embed the same security controls we are embedding in our products. Blockchain, okay, I think can be considered mainly only between data transfer between us and vendors. It's a hard subject to be addressed. Okay, if blockchain is the solution to be used in collaboration with the vendors, because everybody wants to use it. Yeah, if we start to use it, everybody wants to use it because we cannot have a vendor which can use and others not. So we must to encourage everybody else. Until now, we didn't had this kind of request to use blockchain for data exchange.
I have a question. Okay, so my question is, you said in your presentation that you Siemens got about 25 white hat hackers that you trained,
Exactly.
And that this program started in January.
Natalia, yeah, Charter of Trust was started in January. The white hackers were hired not only this year. The team was built among a few years ago.
Okay, so my question is, does it make a difference
Difference in what?
In the quality and security of products
Of
developed
course.
by Siemens?
Of course. Uh, we start to build digital equipment, and we noted that, okay, it's not only about hardware security, as I mentioned previously, okay, we trust that this device can handle 100-degree temperature, can be handled in various conditions, yeah? That device will be a target for black hat hackers. Yeah. So if it will be the target of hackers, okay, why not to test it first by us? Yeah. So these 25 guys are responsible to test the product before the product will be on the market.
Okay, that's cool. Have you considered a bug bounty approach on Siemens's products?
Uh, I think it's already uh, performed with various companies. One is yours, I think, if I'm correct. Yeah. We are working with various companies because we are working with various vendors and companies and not on free market on internet because these hardware devices cannot be published or delivered to unknown people. You can imagine that a semantic device, it's a box, it's a black box for everybody, and we can send it only to trusted partners, as I said.
Partners in the Charter of Trust, I guess.
Exactly.
Thank you, Stefan.
Hi, Stefan. You've mentioned on the principles, one of them was user centricity, and the
Exactly.
other was security by default. What if the user requires specifically user security by exception? What do you do?
All the time when an exception arises, we will have problems. Yeah? As I mentioned with the thermostat, if some condition are addressed by the user in order to bypass controls in the, implemented in the device, I think we can expect bad things to happen. Yeah. So user exception are not desired in products that are controlling, for example, temperature in the room, are not desiring devices which are handling lightning in this room, because if the user, for example, will decide to, as an exception, to start and stop the lights every minute, we will not wanted this, yeah, to start. This is one kind of exception what I'm thinking, yeah, that the user will decide to have exception from the rules embedded in the device. So I don't think our devices will be built with user exception.
Okay.
In the speech, you said something related with security certificate.
Yeah.
This is a solution for the critical infrastructures in order to be more safer. And the next question, the second question is this kind of security standards, securities, there should be applied on the entire world, something like this, or on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so security standards are a must-have for our products, mainly because without this standard, we will have 50 million of devices which are different, and we don't know all the time where the product will reach. Yeah. So if the standard is implemented in the product, we know that the product will behave in the same way in all over the places where it will be installed. In respect to the place where the product will be delivered and the standards applied to them, I think where ISC 64 here. IEC 62443 is universal applicable. Yeah. This standard apply from high-speed locomotive to the lighting devices. So does not matter if we are develop a product and we are delivering to South America or are delivering to Europe will be different. All the products must address this standard because at the end we don't know where the device will reach. Yeah? So maybe again the device can reach one country and maybe it will be sold in another country. So it's a global world. Yeah, we don't know. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have another one or?
No.
No? Okay. Thank you so much again, Stefan.
Thank you.